Hey, beautiful people, and welcome to the yet another video with me, your host, your boy LSR. Today we're gonna be looking at the one replay I thought it was worthy of seeing on how to support people, aka how to get free TS. Um, as you can see on the player list, we have Teddy on our team, which means that's gonna be a TS collecting as long as you being able to support him. Right, in enemies we have the basic, which did brush the bombers in a previous game, and this game, as you can see from the chat, trying to counter that bomber play, since I've seen him do the bombers on the nuclear winner, and by playing the player, I could effectively eliminate the player higher TS than me, if I managed to do a decent counter strategy to his play. Other than that, we have a good old buddy Melkaven here, and the rest of the stuff is pretty weak lineup. I think they have both the Crisis and the Freshie, which are really good upcoming players. And we have the Big Mono, which could be active after the 40-minute mark in case the things go wrong. As the second TS player, it's not really advisable to go for the support play, but I think I can still pull it through. And let's just see at the chat. Their plan was to actually go double air, just to spell you guys up ahead. But I'm obviously, when I'm playing, I'm not aware of that, so we're just gonna talk through the decisions. So my main decision, as I said, was first counter the airplay of the basic, make sure that our allies doesn't get bombed. Second is to support the Teddy as much as we can, either by building him mexes, getting him tier 2, and making sure he's in good spot to carry us throughout the game. That would give us the TS, so that's our plan. And we're gonna structure a build order around them. So starting it off, it's not really anything that complicated. Double mix into a couple of energy buildings, into the third mix, into the more energy. Really basic so far. Since we're just trying to counter the air, we actually gonna open bot, because if the enemy goes air and we go bot into air, our build should win them as long as we do not bomb them, since we're gonna still be able to produce enough fighters in order to stop the bomber rush and be able to enjoy the benefits of the eco edge we get from building the bots. So let's just skip ahead on 2x speed and let's see what we do. So 5 windmills, we have 180 energy, meaning 100 energy income. We doing fine. So we're just gonna build the bots, send some excess energy to the guy who doesn't have energy on our team, make the bot go down. So this bot will go to the down and make the mixes for the Teddy. We're gonna open another bot since there's no reclaim. That second bot, since given that we have 100 more energy income, gonna make the nano. We're gonna make one more bot in order to scale our windmills. And then we're gonna make a PV just to protect if there's any random fleas coming in. That PV gonna protect the bot building the mixes for the Teddy. From then on, we just gonna go air. And let me scale to maybe like... maybe let us scale to the 1.5 speed instead of 2. And go to my checking. Alright, we back at it again. We're gonna just make the fighters, since that's the place to play. Right now, we need to select ourselves, so we do not have the energy for that nano. Slight delay, doesn't matter. We're building wind. And let me make sure I'm double tap. So we're just gonna scale energy as usual and keep making fighters. We have double nanos in our base. We have given the mexes, 3 mexes to the Teddy, so that means we're already supporting Teddy really well. We built mexes for free. He didn't have to spend 100 medals or 100 metal into the constructor going there. So we're achieving our goal second too. Since the whole team's kind of overflowing, we're just gonna get a couple of metal makers, also because we're like really stalling on the metal income. Since we did give our mexes to the Teddy, I'm sure the Teddy will be able to scale that. Right now I hear the enemy air detected thing, so I ask into the team chat, like, where's there? I'm ready for this, because because I was ready for it. We just destroy our commander since we could use the metal. Obviously, with this low income and the win 4, it's really hard to counter anything, and we still plan to take after this. We have 4 or 5 fighters, and gonna make 1 con and a couple of more fighters. I saw that the basic is still in the same position as he was in the previous replay, so I think we're good on that strategy. That the basic is going to come with the bombers, we're just going to intercept them and blow his bombers to the smithereens, meaning he will be behind due to this strategy, right? I'm going to go for the energy storage since the wind is really high. Obviously, we want the extra energy. We did float some metal to the team, but I think that's completely fine. I think floating energy is also fine. Should actually boost Teddy with energy now, but we do not do this. So we scale our metal income. Teddy calls air. I look at the map. I see 1 scout and I see bombers on the bottom, meaning that we need to go and use our counter strategy here. We do some macro, probably should be fine to just use the fight command, but you know, the point. I do not actually, I missed the sabotage bombers. I didn't figure that they would go that way. Right? So, as again, use the fight move for the actual handling over there, but obviously as long as I move it good enough, it should be fine. So right now, I think it's really good, right? We defeated basically 2 of their top TS went air, which means we're in a good position. So after that, we have like 500 metal. We need to scale more energy, more build power, and more metal makers. So we do that. Always be a breeze lover. That's the main motto, especially in the good maps like this. Not making any fighters now because I think we defeated the main rush. Enemy has actually to make fighters because we do have fighters. If he actually went for the bombing gun, it would be really good. We do scale the build power because why? We're greedy. We're greedy enough to do that. Checking the map, moving the fighters. Not much to see here. We're all flowing a little bit of energy into our team. Mainly Bake Mono, who decided that the going solos on this ridiculously good min-map is a good strategy, but, you know, props to him. So, the second objective on the list is to basically support the Teddy. That would guarantee his win after we already secured this, so we're gonna go tier 2, and we're gonna give the Teddy tier 2. Obviously, we're kind of broke, especially in the 17 metal income. If you count that, we get 6 metal income from our mixes. 3 mixes, right? Maybe a little more. But if the wind is below, we just basically do not have the metal. So Teddy gracefully sent us the metal in order to achieve. He has found some good metal income in the front. So it's really good. He sends it again. And if you didn't notice, we did send him an air transport just so he could use it as he see fit, and we give the tier 2 constructor while it's still bidding, so he could immediately just pick it up and transfer it to his base. Smart play by him. Real nice. I say to him that it actually was E that was stalling me. Yeah, plenty of fighters. We could also see by the speed that they have fighters as well. Really good. Beckman also supporting his teammates, which is real nice. We are reclaiming our T2 lab and going back to there. Since the enemy still has air, as you can see, both Sabotage has the drones there, and the basic has the bombers and some fighters there still hanging. Right now, our main goal is to just basically spend the metal, and we're doing it quite fine. Mostly due to the, you know, wind not being that great, us having that scaled. Also, we're on 3 mix, so because we gave the mixes to the Teddy way. Iridium's starting to slowly lose the ground, but that's no biggie. We're gonna go into bots in order to save him. I hear some bombing sounds. Obviously, maybe do not react to him. Maybe now. just making sure. My goal with the air lab is to just protect our teammates from getting bombed, like especially the energy bomb. That's a really shitty situation to be. Basically trying to bomb there, but we have fighters in place. But yeah, mainly we're scanning our eco. Our objective is not to kill the enemy air party, since we're pretty sure that by doing this bot and opening, we're pretty sure like we're ahead right now at this point, because there's no way they could have scale and they could have the T2 unless somebody helps them. And since we're lower TS than the basic, it means that we're like winning for sure, as long as we're making a couple of fighters and making sure our teammates is not. So on the top, our teammate is kind of slowly dying, so we're producing some peewees. As you can see, we can send him here. He's lost a good position on the ground, but I mean Teddy is there, and if the Iridium doesn't he loses base, we're still in a good position, so it doesn't matter all that much. Still scaling our energy. As you can see, the Teddy is just here. We killed the leveler actually with the PVs. Not really gonna watch that, but we definitely killed him since we did a nice flanking damage. Teddy is getting reach. Teddy has like a good amount of claws in the back, and we're also scaling our energy needs and going for the tier 2 lab, not the tier 2 lab, second air lab. I don't think the second air lab here is good, especially if you can spend the resources from the first. But you know, the idea was that if they somehow got more fighters, or we could just outproduce them. Going second lab is sometimes good. I do a little bit of micro just to save Iridium if he's in trouble and keep my fighters back. And sending the fighters to the bottom. We have tier 2 constructor. As you can see, the tier 2 constructor has finished some metal makers. On the top, we hear the bombing noises, which means we have to pull up fighters and see like what's going on. And we're gonna make the reactor. And in order to finish the reactor, we actually need to eat one of the labs and maybe get more energy. Getting more energy is always a good thing. We also set our res bots to be able to maybe eat some scraps from the top. And we have the fighters on defense move. As again, more wind, more nanos, more power. That should be the part of the regular microcycle. Since we're gonna get more wind, we're gonna get some more metal makers as well. The bottom hill doesn't look all that great, but you know, it's still fine. Butterfield's fighting from his lab at the base, so, and Iridium on the top is decided to go tier 2, which means we have like some, we could actually like support him with the PVs, no biggie there. Our reactor hasn't finished yet, so kind of a little bit stalling. Should maybe cut production here, but we're spending all our metal fine, so it's good. Since I figured I have enough fighters, if you see on the minimap, we have kind of enough fighters in order to be able to double attack. So once again, I eat my air lab. There's some fighters. I repel that trash. I make sure I make enough more PVs, especially after the reactor done. We have an extra 1,000 energy to spend, which means we could basically sponsor PVs really well. And PV is really good if the energy income is really high. So see, slapped another build power, slapped another windmill block. We're ready to kind of support our players. We have the good old fighters, more wind, and once again, I'm going back to the producing fighters. As you can see, someone else, I think Big Mono, made the fighters. They're more passive fighters. Obviously, they do not respond to the bad basics bomber run. I do. Try to support my teammates. And Teddy also is being smart, making panthers, which are Panthers have the AA gun on them. Make sure to resurrect something or eat something. That's always a good strategy. I think, yeah, and from this game I'm gonna produce probably hundreds of BBs, double lab production, still make sure we're not getting bombed by air. 90 minutes in, you should probably go for the nuke, anti-nuke, and just if the any of enemies goes nukes. But since they spend so much and they do not really have a strong tier 2 foundation, going nuke would be kind of suicide for them. And even if they successfully nuke, my base doesn't have much. It has a lot of energy, but it's not like I've invested something into it heavily. There's not a lot of melee to be had there. So from here on out, you can see that the game is pretty much over, especially after a Renin kill the base. We supported the bottom with the PVs, we supported the top with the PVs, now we're pushing into the middle PVs, we make sure to the air right, we expect it to do dive, so I think that's that. And as you can see, the Freshie points out that the only air is kind of BS. I think the Sabotage did switch back to the bots, but I, even as a quote-unquote air player on our team, I did produce the bots, and bots will beat most of them, especially if your goal is to just protect your allies instead of lying instead of doing damage. If you're trying to do the damage with the air, it's more pressure. You have more pressure on you, right, to perform well. So, anyways, thanks for the watching. I'm gonna stop the replay now and maybe put it to the higher speed, but as you can see, we blow out the comms, we blow out the bases, and there's nothing much left, so thanks. If you have any questions, please post that down in the comments, and catch you guys later.